what is care? Care is, well, we spell it out not as a model, because of the moment you present a model to anybody, they muck it up. But we present it as a series of framework guidelines, if you like. So what really matters is the first question. When we picked up that question from our friends at Plan, it was, what constitutes your good life? That's not really a question you ask people in the UK. It doesn't make any sense to them. We ended up saying, what really matters to you? You know, what really, really, really matters to you? We're starting off with this framework. The starting point is knowing people and allowing them to have agency, and allowing also with people who haven't a lot of agency in their life because of they have they're either acutely autistic or concurrently or alternatively that they've got a severe intellectual disability. Then we've also got to trust the people that love them. So, which again, the number of times we're engaged by families who are saying nobody will listen to us because, as far as they're concerned, so and so is an adult and not a child anymore, and so we have no agency in their life. We're working all the time with families where people are overprotective, and fine, we'll work with that, but that doesn't mean that their view isn't valid. And it doesn't mean that they're not the most important person in that person's life at this point in time. So we need to deal with those things. So there's that. Secondly, on our framework is this notion that as services, we're supplementary and complementary. And this is really, really important. It's the fundamental difference between the status quo and where we come from, which is we recognise that the things that we really need can only be delivered by family, friends and community. So the service stuff can supplement that. And there's certain elements of things that services can only do. This isn't about saying one or t'other, it's about saying both. Yeah. Thirdly, if we're taking that deadly seriously, then we have to ensure that people have people in their lives who are going to be there intentionally and with love. Yeah. So attending to ensuring that people are not just subject to what services can offer is really important, and building personal networks is really important. We still work all these years on. It must be 30 years plus we've been working with Planned Lifetimes advocacy networks in Canada. We're still working with them. During COVID, we started, because we couldn't do the face-to-face work with the people anymore, we started using their online training again, and we continue to use it because it works. Fourthly, we also need to build inclusion. Now, the way in which we work, and this would apply to the network building as well, is what we do is we work with the organisations that we recruit to provide the services that we design, to train their staff to be community workers, to be personal network builders, to be everything, basically saying we need to be what the person needs us to be. So it's not a matter of, we're really good at, what do they call it? PBS, positive behaviour support. Why do we have to talk about behaviour support in terms of, we're especially skilled at being positive in it? We need people who can think, and that leads us to the next point. That we have to help people become community developers, engage people with community, recognise that the service they run is part of the community and can contribute to the wider community. Doesn't have to look inwards all the time. Then, the fifth thing on our framework is, and we have to develop our capacity to solve problems and to be creative. And again, we over time acquired expertise from others. And an organisation called Go Make a Difference Thinking is an organisation we worked with when I was closing Borough Court, and where we learnt very, very quickly the importance of enabling staff within services to have competence and agency and the ability to take decisions. Now, you might be interested that, I've gone through the five starting points of our framework, and I haven't mentioned behaviour yet, because it's only when you get to point 6 that we say then, and clinically, we've got to be really, really competent in managing behaviour. All the stuff that precedes that is about quality of life. It's about having a humane life. It's about being respected. It's about being a valued member of our society.